Hello everyone. In this video we will see what are literals, the types of literals based on data types, and finally we are going to see what are identifiers. So what are literals? Any constant value which can be assigned to a variable is called a literal. Like for example we have taken here int a is equals to 5. That means a value 5 is assigned to a variable a which is of integer data type. So this constant value 5 is known as an integer literal. Similarly we have different other kinds of literals which we are going to see. Now coming on to integer literals. Integer literal is a numeric value without any fractional or exponential part. Integer literals are basically of four types in Java, that is decimal literals, octal literals, hexadecimal literals, and binary literals. Now let us understand integer literals more clearly with this example. This is a Java program to illustrate the application of integer literals. This line that you can see is called a comment. A comment is always written by giving a double slash if it is a single line comment, and if you have a multi-line comment like I write something here, then you can give a star and a slash. And in the beginning also you need to give a slash and a star. So this is called a multi-line comment. Comments are given to enhance the readability of the code. It will tell that what your code is about. You can write comments in each step that what you are doing, what code you are writing, so that your program is more understandable. These comments are neglected by the compiler, that is, they are not recognized by the compiler. Now coming back to our program, in this program we have assigned four different values of different forms, that is decimal form, octal form, hexadecimal form, and binary form. These values are constant values and are called literals of different kinds of integer literals. All these values are assigned to different variables a, b, c, and d, and all are of data type integer. Now we are going to print these variables. Now let us run and see this program what output we are going to get. So we can see here that we have assigned four different kinds of literals, that is decimal, octal, hexadecimal, and binary. And the output that we get is the value of ABCD is in the decimal form. Like here we have assigned a number in hexadecimal form, then here we have got the value in decimal form. Similarly of all the four types. So these are the integer literals. Our next type of literal is floating point literals. In this literals, we can specify literals only in decimal form and we cannot specify in octal and hexadecimal form. That means only the digits from 0 to 9, that is decimal literals of base 10, are allowed. It will be more clear with this program wherein we have taken a decimal value, one more decimal value, and a hexadecimal value, where you can see already a line of error is displayed, but again we will see the output by running the program, and we will print these variables a, b, and c of float data type. Let us see what output we get. So on running the program, we come across this error in line number 7 wherein we have assigned the hexadecimal value. It says that malformed floating point literal. That means we cannot enter a hexadecimal value, or we cannot assign a hexadecimal value. Even if we assign the value in octal form, it will throw an error because in floating point literals we can assign a value only in decimal forms and not in hexadecimal or octal form. And so our next type of literal is character literal. For character data types, we can specify literals in four ways, and that are single quote literal, char literal as integral literal, Unicode representation, and the escape sequence. So let us understand character literals more clearly with this program, wherein we have taken three variables and assigned three values to it. The first one is A, which is a character value within the single quotes assigned to the variable ch. Another is the value in octal form, which is assigned to the variable B of character data type. And again, a Unicode representation assigned to a variable C. So let us run this program. We get an error that is integer number is too large. We know definitely we can assign an octal value to this character literal, but it has certain range. Like it is said here, it is an integer literal with octal form, but it is out of range, so it is throwing an error. The range is 0 to 65,535, which is the allowed range. Out of that, it will throw an error. Now, what are escape sequences? Escape sequences are those characters which have a special meaning to the compiler, which are preceded by a backslash. Like we are provided with a list of escape sequences and description over here. For example, if we write /n, it will insert a new line in the text at this point. We are also given with an example over here. The next type of literal is string literal. Any sequence of characters within double quotes is treated as string literal. For example, string s is equals to hello, wherein hello is written inside the double quotes and assigned to a variable s of data type string. Let us understand string literals with the help of an example. Let's say we assign a value hello to string s, and then we give a line of code to print the string s. So let us run and see the code. We get hello printed over here. But similarly, if we want to print the same thing without the quotes, and then again save the program and run it again and see the output, we get an error displayed over here. That means it is saying that hello cannot be resolved to a variable. And finally, the last type of literal is Boolean literal, wherein only two values are allowed. Either it can be true or it can be false. For example, Boolean b is equals to true, wherein a value true is assigned to the variable b, which is of a data type Boolean, and true is called a Boolean literal. Let us understand it more with these lines of code. Here we have given four different values, that is true, false, 0 and 1, assigned to four different variables having Boolean data type. Now let us save the program and run and see what output do we get. Okay, so we come across this error, that is type mismatch, cannot convert from integer to Boolean. And so these errors are due to the line number 8 and 9, wherein we have assigned the integer values to the Boolean data type. If we remove these two values and then try and print the other two statements, we will get the output. Then save the program. So here we get our output as true and false. As of now, we are done with the literals and its type. Let us know what are identifiers. So identifiers in Java are symbolic names used for identification. They can be a class name, variable name, method name, package name, constant name, and more. And so this be the basic definition of identifiers. Now let us jump into the code to understand it better. So this is a short program wherein we will see which all words are the identifiers here. As discussed in the definition, we can recall that class name, variable name, method name, package name, and constant name can be the identifiers. So, in this program, we can find that this the name of the class identify the name of the method. This is the main method, and the name of the string, which is a predefined class name. This is a string variable, and this system, which is a predefined class. Out, which is again a variable name. Println, which is a method. These all are identifiers.